Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am Matt. This is Madav, and we are here in the Connection Esports Arena for another great night of Overwatch action. It is SNHU Sapphire versus the University of New Haven. I've been hearing in the rumor mill that this match could end up being a bit of a banger.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this map. It's not for this game here. It's us, like you said, versus New Haven, and in scrims actually versus SNHU. I believe they beat SNHU. Is that right?
That is what I've heard. Not to leak too much, but
Right. Not to spoil the future.
With how strong this SNHU team has been thus far, two very strong wins. This is gonna be a couple of giants at this point in the season, just kind of clashing here. It's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out, especially with depending on what maps are played. I believe we have our first map ready to be seen here. So let's see what we're rolling out with. Lijiang.
Lijiang, yes, one of the best control maps. I mean, I said it before in every Overwatch stream, but the boops you can get with Lucio, you can hit people off a brick, and if you're playing ball, just stay by the little bridge area, just run around and roll them off. It's so satisfying. There's nothing more satisfying than that.
See, you know what's funny? I was a tank player, so that was like my least favorite map on Lijiang.
Really?
But I mean, every map on Lijiang is really good. I'm a night market enjoyer myself.
Yeah.
I want to see what we're starting with here. I believe we're ready to throw into game here. And hey, that looks to me like it may just be control center. Definitely not garden. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are rolling out on control center. We have a couple of big rush comps, 2 Rhines in 2023. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. It's going to be a car wreck in this white room.
Oh, right now, yeah, so fast.
Look at them already posturing. Kresnik with the Bastion. That's a great ice wall coming through. Rack in trouble, very low. Kresnik secures the kill, and now that's the go button for SNHU. SNHU already getting on the gas. The wall isn't enough to save Killer, and now with only 3 members remaining, New Haven is running for the hills, but it's not good enough. Kresnik absolutely popping off. Helios for cavalry support. And, I mean, you can't do anything if you're University of New Haven. SNHU has control of the point.
Yeah, I mean, using that ice wall there, they're just able to just block them off, and you get so much damage and so many picks as well. They're just able to take control of that super fast, and now New Haven has to try and, you know, kind of push back to control here with Crazy Cat. Oh, sorry, not Crazy Cat. With Arlanta having really close to window. This could be super good for them as well, and we're already seeing the ice wall come out again, and then the spray from the Bastions.
That wall's so huge. Kresnik absolutely nuking Doe, and Arlanta the next to fall. Rack with such little health, no Baptiste. And now, oh, poor Killer. One left alone in the ice block. Yeah. Just like the cinematic.
Ultimate Whip with that icicle there, got a nice shot on Romeo. I think that went a little bit unnoticed, but it was very clean kill there. But UNH right now really being stuck behind in this little window area, not moving. Speaking of windows, there's that window from Crazy Cat and the spray from Kresnik.
They're all stuck in this little corner, can't get out, and that's so much damage again. Killer getting stuck, but now this time getting staggered. Oh no, this is a long stagger on a DPS character. They're just gonna wait until someone goes to the choke, and then now Rack is just in alone. Bro's gonna get nuked. They have to commit the immortality field, and he just barely gets out with his life.
Yeah, Kresnik with the spraying there, just so much damage being put out so fast. We're already gonna see Raccoon super close to Shatter as well. Not to mention they have a sorry, what is it? Freeze or Maze ultimate
Blizzard.
as well. Yeah, Blizzard, sorry. And it's just there's so much to happen right here right now.
The Blizzard comes out from SNHU stalling any push. Joe tries to get the Bastion spray in, but SNHU playing very well here, really just slowing this push down, but Helios might take a lot of damage here, but Kresnik gets 2 supports with the Bastion ult, cleans up Doe. Oh my goodness, gets Rack, doesn't get the ace, but it might as well be close enough with that SNHU. Oh my goodness, locking down that choke. New Haven couldn't get past it.
Yeah, I mean, they were just holding them there. I mean, again, the great use of that ice wall. That ice wall is it's so good. It's so good. You can literally just hold it and block off so many exits all at the same time. It's so crazy on what can happen here, especially with both dive comps at the same time, almost getting a mirror matchup there. But a great game coming out from both teams here. And now moving on to, this is Night Market, right?
Yes,
this
it
is what
is.
it's called. Yeah, this is Night Market here, and we're actually seeing a little bit more. We're seeing a tank switch possibly to Sigma, a little bit more of a poke comp. I mean, the rest of the team's the same, but the switch is a little bit surprising to me.
I'm expecting that Helios wants to control a lot more space, and he thinks he can do that with that Sigma. I don't think it's a bad choice at all. These walls, if they keep going through, it's not going to matter what Helios is playing. If Rack keeps getting walled off and getting beamed down by Kresnik on the Bastion, it's not going to matter. Rack is already down thanks to Kresnik, and now it's a scramble for the rest of UNH to try and get something done. Joe falls, and oh my goodness, the big boop.
Oh, so satisfying to see there. But literally, just like you said, they were just able to run in there, the ice wall again, blocking off everybody. And now we're actually going to be seeing a mirror pick coming up for Raccoon here, switching to a Sigma and just really evening out the team here.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Rack, I'm like, oh, okay, I took that fight. It's not happening. But he gets walled off again, uses that the hands there to try and mitigate some of the damage, is able to escape with his life, which is a new development given these walls and how deadly they have been. And now UNH is getting a lot of damage in. This Bastion is pumping out a lot of damage, but it means that SNHU might be able to run out with something real fast.
Double window.
Great windows from both sides. Let's see who can take advantage of it first. Ultimate Web falls, but the Blizzard goes down, and Arlanta might just be a bigger pick. That's a great window to try and save Rack, but it doesn't quite do it. Kresnik again on a tear. They're staggering this May again.
What is happening?
Oh no!
Poor Killer. No, she's just trying her best to really get those kills there, and Kresnik is gonna finish that off there. And now, coming out to this, I believe the third fight here, we're going to see a lot of ultimates coming up as well. Helios and Rack super close to the Flux and the B as well from both teams there. Super excited to see how this will play, but I mean, so much could always happen. We're going to see Kresnik here, and we're
looking for the ultimate, and the Flux might make it a big combo. The lamp goes down even with the immortality field. The Blizzard comes through but doesn't hit anyone. A great wall to block that LOS for Ultimate Web, and now they're stuck in a real small room. This is not where you want to be with this group of AoE damagers. Siren catches two after a lot of damage pumped out by Ultimate Web and Helios. Oh my goodness. UNH committed like 2 ults that fight. This Flux has to be huge. The rock misses. Gets a lot of damage onto Helios, but Siren was able to save the beat from last fight. Joe has to come up big here. Gets nothing.
Unfortunately,
That's
nothing.
such a shame,
Really,
because that was their last little bit. Overtime ticking down. Helios falls, but so does Doe. It's a bit of a fire right now. Very, very scrappy. Everyone's in a bit of disarray right now, but it looks like UNH starting to pull through. Has a presence on the point. Killer falls, but Siren's not there. The rest of SNHU backs out. Ultimate Web thinking better of it. Doesn't want to lose his life. Great choice.
I mean, yeah, that was a really stretched out fight, I want to say. I mean, it went out for a pretty long time there with Killer barely surviving, and then eventually UNH was just able to get their, like you said, the presence on point, and now they're going to be able to hold that with window, and they have a lot of backups for it, but SNHU also has window.
Yeah, nice little headshot to break things open from Ultimate Web. Doesn't secure a kill, but definitely puts the pressure on. That window does have to come out. Siren dueling Arlanta in the backline, looks for the boops, and while Arlanta is occupied, SNHU gets 2 big picks, and now it's just Arlanta, and he falls immediately. SNHU bowling through this point.
I want to know if that ultimate would get any kills there. But SNHU taking the win for this game here. I mean, that was a pretty fast game. I mean, the first round was like it was like almost done, and then it was crazy.
That was I don't know if that's how UNH wanted that to go, expected that to go, but that is how it went. That is not a situation that I'd want to be put in, given these two teams' history, what we know about them. But some great sparks of brilliance definitely shown from UNH as well. I know that was kind of a one-sided map, but Control is one of those game modes
Mhm.
where it's just kind of funky. It's too early to count anybody out just from a Control map. The San Francisco Shock, two-time Overwatch League champions, infamous for losing Control at basically every opportunity. So I wouldn't stress too much if you're University of New Haven. You say, all right, GG, go next, run it back. You get your map pick here. SNHU gets a ban, but other than that, you get kind of free reign. I'm just mind's eye. I'm seeing Kings Row.
Right.
This is not official at all.
Right.
But just
What? Oh, it's push up next.
I believe it's hybrid up
it's
next,
hybrid.
And then we get push.
And then we get push. Okay.
Actually, no,
I
we
think
get
it's
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint and then push
And then
Control.
I'm
Right.
so used to how it used to be. They keep
Yeah.
throwing in new things.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see it, but it keeps confusing me, man.
No, yeah. I mean, hybrid is got to be one of my more. I would rather. I like hybrid.
Hybrid's
I'm a big
a top tier game mode, dude.
Yeah,
I think some of the best games in Overwatch happen on hybrid.
definitely. I mean, I don't even know. But for I can't talk. But the mirror switch from both teams there. Do you think that was the right play? Because I know Ryan and Sigma. I mean, they have their like strengths and stuff. But like, I thought the mirror pick was a little bit weird to see.
I mean, it's so tough when you're a Reinhardt and you have to play at range because of where Sigma forces you to play.
Yeah.
I want to see what they're gonna run out on this next map, which I believe we are ready to preview here. Kings Row, I'm a genius.
They're whispering something in your ear.
Prophet Palsy coming through.
Yes, sir.
I swear, I promise you, I did not get the insider information. This is the first time I'm getting any confirmation. But
I mean, who wouldn't pick Kings Row?
yeah,
I mean, who wouldn't pick
straight
Kings
up.
Row? It's so good.
I definitely think that this will lend well to New Haven's Ryan Rush comp. It's definitely going to be very possible for SNHU to play that Sigma comp, get that range going on defense, but I don't exactly know if they're going to want to pull it out because Rush comps can be so successful on Kings Row, but really you can kind of run whatever you want on this map. It's so linear, but it has so many ways to enter every point that you have so many options. I want to see what New Haven does to kind of adjust to what they saw in that first map and bring back some of that strength that they had in scrims.
Yeah, depending on what they are or what they're gonna run here, I'm just worried. Like, I'm just worried they're like, whoever's attacking, whoever's defending, there's always the chance of like if you're gonna run like dive, someone else could run like poke, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just like a direct counter to whatever, and then you're already starting off the game like terribly, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's when you have to be willing and able to adjust.
Yeah.
That's where flexibility comes in. That's the great thing about Overwatch is because hero swapping is such a large mechanic in the game, you have to be a little flexible. You have to be able to do a bunch of different comps to be able to survive in the competitive landscape. And that's something that I think SNHU have demonstrated really, really well across the season thus far. We've seen just about every flavor of composition that you can see in Overwatch coming through from them based on whatever map or whatever situation they need. That's the versatility that University of New Haven is going to need to bring this back to a 1-1.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the game to really get started here. But with Kings Row, I mean, while we're waiting, what are you used to play Ryan, right?
Yes, sir.
How did that run? How was that comp like?
Really, your Ryan, if you think of it as your team being a gigantic boulder.
Okay.
Your Reinhardt is the front of the boulder that is guiding your team onto what to absolutely pummel. And then it's really just all about target focus, getting a lot of damage, keeping your tank up, and making sure that you can get those first opening picks, and then snowball it from there. And then you keep gaining space, you keep moving forward, and you let that snowball as long as you can go.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that seems like a solid way to play, but let's stop talking about it and let's start to head right into it. See what kind of comps that we got here. We're gonna see. I was right. We were gonna see a poke coming out from SNHU, and then UNH with a junker. Have we? I don't think we've seen the Queen on stream this week, or have we?
I think you are right. If we have seen the Queen, it's been very, very brief. This character definitely lends itself to the rush comp with that shout ability, gets the overhealth, gets a little bit of a speed boost. I want to see how they deal with Helios on the Sigma and how they deal with Osiren on the Illari. That is a very strong character with a very, very strong ultimate. That is a great wall yet again. Rack getting nuked. The immortality field isn't enough to save them, and Joe falls down right afterwards. Again, Helios taking all this space, gets a little bit of damage onto Romeo. Arlanta falling dangerously low, but has the burst heals to be able to survive through it. SNHU not getting too aggressive with it, backing up.
Yeah, I mean that was a super fast fight there. I mean, again, that ice wall blocking off the team was just able to just get Junker right out the way, and especially with their health already being so low, it's just so fast right there.
That's great. The wall doesn't get a ton of value here. Now, University of New Haven might just have the chance to pull through here. They have one in the back line, I think. I don't know if SNHU knows. Rack falls down, but Killer gets two.
Oh.
Killer gets two and is looking for a third onto Osiren. A great shot. Arlanta gets the kill, but that's a highlight reel shot from Osiren. The numbers for SNHU are very, very low, and the spawns are closer for University of New Haven. If they are able to survive this, SNHU will definitely be able to get a retouch, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, but most of the team is already here, though. We're already gonna see that window coming out as well, but Helios is gonna eat all of that as much as he can anyways.
The immortality field comes out and Rack falls dangerously low. The blizzard comes through, but there's no one there to capitalize on it. Kresnik gets one, but I don't think there's anyone there to touch. Osiren gets booped away, I think, and finally, University of New Haven, showing signs of life, gets that first point capture very, very swiftly, and also drains an ultimate from SNHU's ult bank.
Yeah, was able to get that blizzard out there, and they're taking up so much space right now, getting all the way to this almost like close to the second point there, with their Lucio just hanging out onto the payload. But again, like you said with their ultimates here, they also use window at the same time, so it's a little bit of a trade.
Yeah, but I think Blizzard is going to be more impactful in these mid fights, especially in a retake situation here, and especially with Doe looking down at the sights at you. This window is a lot of damage, but the wall means that they can't really capitalize on it. SNHU doesn't get a ton of value out of that window. Meanwhile, New Haven keeps pushing forwards. Finally, they're starting to meet just past Bookstore. The flux from Helios comes through with the Captive Sun. Might do a lot of damage. That's a great beat. And that's one down. Doe falls to the Captive Sun, but oh my goodness, that's 4 caught from the ultimate from Rack, and Killer getting the Dragon Blade out. Gets a lot of damage, secures a lot of kills. This is a support duel. Arlanta comes out on the winning side of it. A lot of ults being expended on both sides there, but New Haven just barely able to make it through.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. The Queen ultimate made all of them purple there, and then the Genji ultimate as well, just being able to sweep back and forth, dealing that constant damage and getting those kills. It was such a great ultimate there. And now we're gonna see another one coming out from Kresnik here. Could get a lot of value.
That's a lot of damage. The immortality field already forced super early in the fight. That's a great shot from Ultima Web onto Killer. Ultima Web falls, but Doe goes down. In the meantime, Romeo sitting at 1 while Rack is nowhere to be seen. Romeo falls, and now Arlanta has to run for the hills, quite literally. Is gonna get staggered out pretty hard here. Doesn't have a ton of kill power, and with this self-heal, you know, Baptiste is going to stay up for a long time, and that means that it's another 10 seconds before UNH can even think about pushing. But they already thought about it, tried to save their Baptiste, got a little too excited, took a lot of damage, no kills coming through.
Yeah, no, it's just really trying to stall payload here. I mean, it's moving back ever so slowly, and they just need to get enough space away from the point as much as possible. And that window coming out again, but the wall blocks off everybody, and Joker Queen's just stuck in the little building.
Dude, I don't know how quickly Doe went down. I don't know how much damage he took in 1 or 2 shots, but it was enough to take him out. Look at this movement from Ultima Web, trying to secure 1 or 2 more on the way out, but Spawn is so close. Are they gonna go for the spawn camp here? Please tell me they're going for the spawn camp here.
They just might. The blizzard as well. The
blizzard.
It looks like they are.
The Blizzard's
They
huge
got
for
They got
sure.
Raccoon there, but no one's there to help him.
Yeah, but Arlanta falls super early, and every single second bled off now. Missed so much dough. Has to open things up with the overclock. Gets Kresnik, so that's a lot of pressure off of Rack. Rack gonna be able to push through here with the help of the Lucio. A lot of ults coming up for UNH, but Crazy Cat falling means they might not even have to use them. They're snowballing through here. Killer, again, getting another crucial pick. Killer has been a stud so far, and now it's just cleanup for UNH. They're going to be able to secure this point, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, after kind of pushing up super far there, they were just able to pick them off one by one eventually, and that just broke SNHU's defense there. The wall that they had is no longer there, and UNH was just able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, they didn't really have the ults to commit to that. You know, they had the Blizzard from Ultima Web, but it wasn't able to be really capitalized on. A lot of damage came out super early, and Ultima Web falling did not do them any favors. Now SNHU has time to try and push this back. That's a great window, and a big rampage comes through, but an even bigger beat means that it doesn't matter. The beat comes out so late from Romeo saving Arlanta, but they're still kind of just isolated up there. No help other than the Sojourn. It's really not going to matter.
Weak.
Sojourn falling means that it's two supports stuck in no man's land. Kresnik gets the long range sticky grenade kill onto Arlanta, and now Romeo is the one in trouble. Rack, oh no, Kresnik on a tear right now. Gets
Getting 3.
4.
Oh, sorry, 4. Sorry, I was looking at the kill feed there, but 4 kills there. I mean, he was. I guess he was mad. He really wanted to hold that space up there.
Watch the Blizzard. Watch the Blizzard. Be very quiet.
I'm watching it.
Don't let them know. I will. They're not looking. They're not looking.
God,
They're not looking, and it's huge. That's so much damage, and it's such a big split. Means that Joe pops the overclock, but doesn't have the angle to push it. It doesn't
that's
secure a
right.
kill, but it's so much damage, so many resources expended from University of New Haven. They don't really have anything to respond to that, and this Bastion ultimate could do a lot more damage. The lamp has to come through, but Killer not able to survive the onslaught. The Sigma Rack definitely very low. No hands to keep himself alive anymore, and Romeo falling spells disaster for him. Arlanta gets a kill onto Kresnik, but he's all alone. Has to win a 5v1, and he just might catches 2, but falls on his own. Helios coming to the aid of the rest of his team. And this is a really scrappy fight. If Ultima White gets this health pack, it's going to be looking a lot better for them. SNHU choosing to back up, wait for a couple more reinforcements, and then push back in real strong.
Yeah, Lucio only not being able to heal so much there. I mean, Baptiste is going to be your primary healer, but the window comes out again, and the rock is going to be huge, and Raccoon's just sucking everything in the flux. It's insane.
That's a huge blade, but it's not actually, because Kresnik tracking him down like nothing else. Bro's been going on the aim labs, and now the rest of his team is snowballing this. Helios catches dough with the rock, and now this is again going to be a spawn pushing cleanup from SNHU. This is another duel of the fates up here. And now we're into overtime. This is a real scary situation. The Doomfist coming out from Rack to try and keep this going, but another well-timed Blizzard means that UNH has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, nowhere to move. Just Rack and the Sojourn barely trying to make this work, but it's not gonna be enough. The damage is overwhelming for SNHU. Not able to capture that last point is UNH. That's a great position to put yourself in.
Yeah, I mean, at first in the beginning of the match, they were kind of letting UNH kind of push through the map a little bit, but then eventually that huge spawn camp came in from that first point, and just kind of keeping them back there was really all they really needed to do, because then that just took out so much time. And I didn't realize before until you mentioned it that they're just purposely waiting for, or they're purposely letting the BAP stay alive longer. So when everybody spawns, he's not included in that, so they have to wait even longer to rush out. I thought they were just like trolling.
No,
I didn't even know that was like a strategic play, but I guess it was. Well, I didn't even see that.
I can tell you right now, it feels like trolling when you're on the wrong end of it. But we used to see that a lot with DMEC divas. If there was a DMEC diva that survived at the end of a fight, you just let her live for as long as possible, because unless you screw up real bad, she's not going to pose any major threat to you. Of course, with remake damage came a little less common. Of course, then you just kill her a little earlier. Now, people are realizing that you can do that with supports, especially that Baptiste has some kill power in the right hands, but against the whole team, you're not gonna win a 1v5.
And we're actually gonna see instead of the Queen, we're gonna see Raccoon go back onto the Sigma here, and we're also gonna see Ryan coming out from Helios, and Kresnik also switching to Widow. Actually, just kidding, he's going back to Bastion there.
Looks for the opening shot, hits a body shot onto Doe, not a headshot. Looks for the opening pick. Crazy Cat committing that lamp super early. I like how UNH is positioned here, really making it difficult for Helios to find something to target, but he's going to make it happen anyway. Speed boosting through, hard committing onto the Sojourn, and now gives Kresnik this high ground to work with. This is going to be a lot of damage pouring in for SNHU. Keeps rotating, keeps looking for an isolated target. UNH doing a really, really great job here of staying out of the danger zone, but again, they're just rushing down this Sojourn, denying her any value. And now Kresnik again has this super huge angle. Finally, SNHU looking to drop, looking to get some kills. And it looks like Romeo might have overstayed his welcome. That's a great lamp, but it means that there's nothing here. If anything comes out huge, and huge is what that window is. Oh my goodness, Arlanta gets nuke, jumps high in the air, turns a Swiss cheese by Kresnik on the Bastion. The numbers are not in UNH's favor.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. Romeo might just be able to get out, but not if Kresnik has anything to say about it. That is a beautiful point capture from a comp that seems like it might fare well against this rush comp.
Yeah, I mean, that was wow. That's all I can say. I mean, I haven't seen that before, where the team actually just kind of went around the point, tried to just get any staggered picks of what they could, and then eventually just kind of run all out as fast as they can, because by this time, the team's all split up by trying to figure out where everybody is and trying to get some damage.
Yeah, we have the Gravitic Flux coming in from Rack alongside a lot of other ultimates, actually. UNH not far away from a 5 stack of ultimates, but if SNHU can secure these fights quickly, it might not matter, and that is the definition of doing that so quickly that the lamp can't even come out in time from Arlanta. 2 quick picks from Helios and Kresnik, I believe, make this point even more of a steamroll. Arlanta goes down really, really late, and now it's SNHU and UNH. We have 10 ultimates ready in this lobby.
This next fight is gonna go crazy. This is gonna be great. I mean, the overclock, the flux, the blade's always gonna be big. You always know it's gonna be big, but the beats always counter it. It's just gonna be insane what could happen right now.
The overclock, the blizzard, and the beat come through. That's a big blizzard. Stops the overclock from getting any value, and the overclock is dead. Crazy Cat gets the headshots on Dodo. They think this is winnable, though. This flux could be huge, and Crazy Cat falling means that it might just be worth it. A big shatter. And SNHU secure that point. Kresnik gets the cleanup kills. Osiren's looking for 1 or 2 more. Is gonna end up backing up. Sees Helios a little low, and sees that a point needs pushing, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of went really far there, but also at the same time, UNH spent 4 of their ultimates there, only really holding back Blade, and SNHU only spent 3, and being able to win that fight, now they have a little bit of an upper hand here. We're going to see Kresnik with the Bastion ultimate as well, trying to figure out where he can get the most amount of damage, specifically on Arlanta. Doesn't look like it'll happen, though.
Doe catches ultimate weapon while Romeo gets the pick onto Helios, surprisingly enough, and that was what they needed. UNH finally stopping the bleeding just before the point is won. SNHU is going to need to regroup.
Yeah, they're super close to the winning area there. I say at this point they got to start building up ultimates and really just trying to crack down on someone and just mess up their team comp the best that they can.
Yeah, SNHU's been really, really great at punishing aggressive positioning, but Killer with the blade in the back line doesn't matter again. Kresnik says, not in my backyard. I'm not letting you do this to my team. And that was what UNH was betting on. They have nothing left. It's just 2 supports. And in the eyes of a Bastion, you're not going to live very long. The Blizzard comes out just for safety, and SNHU takes another really, really dominant map.
Yeah, I mean, Kings Row, arguably one of the best hybrids there are. I mean, was able to do that from the beginning. I mean, just being able to hold them back on the defense and then on the attack, just being able to circle around them was also insane. And we see this Blizzard now. I mean, it was just so fat. There were just so many of them, and then they were able to get these quick picks so quickly, and it was just done from there.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one word that I would use to describe SNHU's tactics thus far, it's clinical.
Clinical.
They've been doing everything as they should. They've been taking advantage of every little mistake that New Haven has been pulling out. They've been using these Mei walls so well. You know, Ultimate Web, I mean, we talk about this every broadcast, but he's kind of nuts. He's kind of good at the video game.
A tiny bit. It's a teeny tiny bit.
It just means that it's so tough for UNH to find a crack in the armor, find some way that they can just break through. And when they do, SNHU recovers so well.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're just able to. I mean, literally, they were just able to recover so well. I mean, when the Blade came out with the Queen, I mean, they got a lot of momentum from that, but then they were just able to kind of just push them back and then made sure that they weren't able to really go any more than capping that point.
Yeah, and it's so tough when you're in a situation like this. Your back's against the wall. You know that you can play this team, and you know you can keep it competitive. You know you can win, but you know it's just not panning out. This is where that mental game is going to be a really key factor in this set. UNH needs to be able to say, all right, we've done this once. We do it again. We know where we're messing up.
Yeah.
Let's polish things up. Let's get ready to go. We got this. And that's what a strong in-game leader is going to do. They're going to keep everybody's spirits high. They're going to make sure that, you know, nobody thinks it's over in the middle of the set. You know, obviously we can't hear every team's comms, but I would be interested to be a fly on the wall for UNH right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what they can do. I believe a flashpoint is next. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, actually, what I've noticed is UNH has really been sort of thriving in these scrappy, really drawn-out fights. I think flashpoint really kind of lends itself to those kinds of fights just because it moves so fast.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker. I mean, but I mean, I don't know, because Flashpoint, I'm in a love-hate relationship with Flashpoint.
Yeah?
I am. I'll admit it. I mean, there's only like so very little maps I'll really enjoy on it. I mean, I love Saravasa, super fun to play on. But like New Junkertown or whatever. Like I'm not as big of a fan on that map.
That is fair. I've heard that that's a common-ish sentiment.
Yeah, it's like an eh for me. But I mean, Flashpoint, I mean, like you said, like these guys, they like a little bit more of a little bit of a quick. They don't. I'm assuming from UNH, they don't like their fights a little bit more dragged out because that's what happened. Their fights did get more dragged out because SNHU was able to keep one member of the team alive, and then with the new group respawning thing, some timers may get reset back, and then it just takes longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, UNH also showed that they do have that clutch factor in those drawn-out fights.
True.
I think it's going to be tough to sort of tell based on this set so far what they're going to go with. I'm kind of expecting a rush comp because they've been favoring that, generally speaking. But I don't know how that's going to work on Flashpoint specifically. This map,
it's Saravasa. Yes, the one of the better maps for not only for me but for SNHU. I believe they've been trying to get Saravasa every single game. I believe, and that's just their strong point on it. But for I forget what do they run here? Do you remember?
So usually what SNHU tries to run on Saravasa is a really spread dive comp. Sometimes we see that Wrecking Ball Tracer combo from Helios and Ultimate Web, and that just wreaks havoc on backlines.
Yeah, I mean, the ball, the bash, and then just finishing up a Tracer. It's so much.
Well, let's see if we are in store for that yet again, ready to go into this game, and it looks like we just might be. Oh, I would not want to be Rack. Really, actually. UNH looks like they may have been doing some scouting, playing these very, very mobile supports. I want to see if Romeo actually sticks to this Lucio, because if he does, it makes them a lot less vulnerable. That Kiriko able to teleport out at any moment.
Not to mention the headshot damage you get. I mean, that's almost a one. Is that a one shot to Tracer, or is that just like barely?
I don't think it's a one shot, but it's real close.
It's 130, I think. So left on around 20 HP. If you really get a body shot and then a headshot, you're just gonna absolutely destroy that Tracer if you can hit your kunais.
Helios looking towards their back line again with Ultima Web. They're looking for some kind of squishy, someone that they can just absolutely target acquired, and they may have found it. Romeo falling so low, but able to make it out with some help. But now they're kind of all boxed in. SNHU looking for their next target, and now it's again the Lucio, but also the Sojourn. Clumped up too much though, not able to really isolate, but Arlanta falls, as does Crazy Cat. This fight is a 4v4 right now, but I would not want to be in a clutch situation when you have Ultima Web in the lobby. Joe falling down too means that less and less damage for SNHU. That's a great slam. Rack falling down, getting smushed in the middle of the point. It's just the Genji Siren falls. That might have been to a deflect kill, but yeah, don't worry about it.
It is what it is. I mean, it happens to the best of us. The deflect that you get from Genji is just, it's crazy the amount he can really deflect there. But going back to Flashpoint here, if they come out here, I mean, Kiriko with that Suzu is just, it's so strong. If they attack Kiriko, I wonder if she'll just be able to save herself by Suzuing and then like teleporting away.
It's so strong, but I don't know who they're gonna target in this comp for UNH. Apparently it's Crazy Cat, but you know, a great shot from Doe is nullified by even better gameplay from SNHU. They were there, and now they're just dust in the wind, sent back to spawn immediately.
Yeah, they took Crazy Cat there, but then was just able to just take the rest of the team that tried to get Crazy Cat. I mean, they're trying to push out as fast as they can, but like you said, the spike from Ball just keeps them up in the air for so long, and then the Tracer being so up close, and just all that damage coming out as well. The Ultimate Web is putting out. It's just going to do so much and just knock them down completely.
Yeah, I really don't know who UNH is going to target, but right now it doesn't matter. These mines are huge and crucially prevent UNH from even getting to this flashpoint for a contest. 2 early picks. Arlanta gets Osiren in another support duel. We've been seeing those a lot tonight, but these slams are so huge, always catching a support. This is a really ambitious set of ultimates here. You have to make this work, and Killer makes sure that it just might. They finally, UNH, able to gain back some ground and are able to get early control of this flashpoint. I said that was an ambitious ultimate combination, but it ended up working, so I'll eat my tongue for this next fight, apparently.
Yeah, committing about 2 or 3 ultimates there is gonna put him in a good spot for this flashpoint, but it's also gonna put him in an okay spot for the defense when SNHU tries to push up, and we see Ultimate Whip with the Pulse Bomb. It could be crazy on what he could get, and this 1v1 from both Tracers is also insane as well.
Yeah, but speaking of insane, Kresnik popping out the artillery fire doesn't get anything, nor does Ultima Web on the Pulse Bomb, but Osiren catches Doe, forces the beat from both teams. Actually, Killer falling dangerously low yet again, but able to survive through this blade. Catches Crazy Cat, falls, but the damage might just be done. Helios and Kresnik left alive. Kresnik catches one on the way out. I am mistaken, actually, with Ultima Web still alive. No fight is won. Ultima Web falling might mean that UNH can breathe a sigh of relief. These mines are really, really good. Oh my goodness! The goofy little boop there means that Helios is able to secure a kill. Helios might just maintain control of this point, or rather gain control of this point. Although UNH has gotten up to 99, SNHU in overtime, they need to make this work. They finally secure the pick onto Killer and flip this point their way. That was a really good fight from UNH, though.
Yeah, it was a little dragged out there. I mean, seeing around both the support, or not support, so we saw Tracer and Romeo, I believe, both trying to really contest that for as long as possible, waiting for their team, but unfortunately was just not able to hold it long enough. Helios with the slam, and then the upgraded damage from going from 7.5 to 8 with his bullets just did so much there, and he's just hanging up. He's just hanging up there. I thought he was gonna pile drive, but it just looked like he didn't do that. that right away, and they're really taking their time.
Look at that scout for info. That is a great Suzu. Arlanta adapting. Doe falls, but that is a really, really nice Suzu. Prevents a lot of early damage from coming through. The Rampage comes through as well from Rack, and UNH are starting to gain a little bit of momentum here. The numbers game on their side. It's just the dynamic duo of Helios and Ultimate Web. The Lucio Siren gets there, but again, it looks like UNH might be able to secure this flashpoint and keep themselves in the game, tie this up 1-1, and indeed they do.
Yeah, I mean, being able to kind of take back their point there after holding it for so long, they're just able to attack them from multiple different angles, and being able to stay close but far away at the same time, if that makes sense, is just a strong skill you need to have as a team. And being able to do that just kind of ruptured SNHU's defense there.
Yeah, they're engaging and disengaging very well for UNH, and that adaptation for Arlanta, looking to use the Suzu on Helios's dives, that's such a strong adaptation. Means that they might have the game plan all figured out, but Ultimate Web says, no, you don't. You can't plan for just pure mechanical skill, and you definitely can't plan for getting stuck in a room with a bunch of mines. That is for certain. Killer falls, Rack gets knocked off the point. Unfortunately, Helios does not get credit for the boop, so no charge for him, but a great fight win in exchange.
Yeah, I mean, those mines do so much. I mean, it's just like Wrecking Ball says, just area denial, and just being able to just kind of reroute where UNH needs to go, because they only stay up for so long, and Kresnik with his ultimate again could get a lot of damage down. He won't, unfortunately, for SNHU, but it also starts the next fight.
Helios falls very, very low, but is able to get to a health pack. Both teams really looking for this ultimate opening pick. Killer with the blade might be able to find it, but it's Doe catching Osiren while Killer has to avoid the sights of Kresnik. He doesn't for quite long enough, but Rack is able to get Crazy Cat. And again, another really, really great fight for UNH. They're trading a couple of picks, but they're able to secure enough to flip the point.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, being able to trade all of those, not all, but most kills there, it just means that you can only win so much more in numbers there. I mean, with Kresnik mostly focused on Killer there, that was great, because now Bastion was just focused on Genji, while the rest of the team could capitalize on hurting others.
Yeah, and now UNH is set up really, really well with these ultimates. Has 4 online. Doe looking for the pulse bomb. Doesn't get anything, but Helios falls very, very low. This Kitsune rush is going to put out a lot of damage. The beat comes through for SNHU and for UNH as well. The Rampage comes out, secures a lot of kills. Doe gets 3. Can't make it 4 because Rack steals the kill, but might be able to catch Osiris all the way up. Make it 4. Call it 4. Ace stolen. Flip. Point flipped. Both sides actually in the middle of that point, but
Doe absolutely popping off there, just blasting through SNHU, getting 4 picks right off the bat, and then Raccoon getting 1. I mean, that's an insane fight there, and that was so quick as well, and so many ultimates were spent. There was the beat, there was the Kitsune, and I'm just excited to see what ultimates are gonna be committed now. I mean, there aren't any up, but the overtime is ticking down.
Crazy Cat falls so early, and so does Kresnik. Helios flips the point somehow, but it's not going to be enough to maintain Ultimate Web. Getting shot in the head. Romeo falls to the pulse bomb. Maybe didn't see it after a good string of wall rides, but now UNH is the one in the driver's seat. This is 2-1 in their favor.
Yeah, and now we're actually going to see a switch coming out from Ultimate Web, going from the Tracer to the Mei here, and also we're going to be seeing. I think we've already been seeing Sigma, right?
Helios swapping to the Sig.
Yeah.
He's been on Wrecking Ball his entire time.
Right.
So this is definitely a big comp switch up. It's definitely going to be a very, very different play style for SNHU. UNH is likely going to have to make some little adaptations to play into this. Of course, you're not going to have to worry about getting Hamster slammed on the head. Kresnik, though, is still a big worry. And catches 1, but again, Killer absolutely going nuts right now. Killer catches, I believe that's 3. Rack gets 2. Beauty,
I mean,
beauty. That's how you want that fight to go.
Yeah, Killer just living up to the name there, killing others. I mean, with the blade too, the Genji's blade is just so strong. It can always do so much with it. If you're able to get a kill right on the dive, I mean, the momentum that you have from him is crazy because you can just kill, dive, or I guess let's just say no, I guess dive is right.
Yeah.
But it's just so fast. Whatever he does is so fast.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates committed though. Arlanta has the Kitsune Rush, which might be the tool that they need, and they already pop it. Doesn't get blocked off by the wall. That's great, but Rack gets turned to dust, turned to powder. Kresnik catches two real early. Crazy Cat's lamp has to come out, but only Crazy Cat put in immediate danger. Great rock from Helios, and great tracking from Helios onto Romeo.
Yeah, and not a lot of ultimates really committed to that fight either. I don't believe any ultimates were committed. So they were able to take that pretty strongly there. And they can use all their ultimates to either counter UNH's or just put them back even more. Because, I mean, that Blizzard just stalls time. The window, it just pushes them so far back, and the beat to counter the blade as well. There's so much that could happen. We're going to see both ultimates come out from the Flux and Bastion ultimate here.
The Flux doesn't hit anything, but the Bastion ultimate does a lot of damage. Doesn't secure a pick though. UNH gonna get healed up and look to fight this, but if Arlanta falls, that you can't let that happen. This point really favors itself to Rack's Rampage, but falling so low means that you might be able to use it. That beat comes through, but the Blizzard might just be bigger. Crazy Cat gets two, a nice headshot from Ultimate Web, and so many ultimates committed from UNH, but they're not able to make good on it.
I'm not sure if they're able to really make it back to point so quickly here. I mean, they're with Flashpoint taking down so fast. They're already at 90%. Are they able to make it back or at least get a touch? I mean,
I don't think they're going for it. No, they're looking to set up for next point.
Yeah,
and I think that's a smart choice. It doesn't make sense to feed into this point.
Yeah, I mean, you're 2-2. I mean, this is the final point. This is for all the marbles for this game here, and it's looking more, I want to say, in terms of ultimates, it's looking more favored towards UNH right now, with Killer and Doe both having really strong ultimates to almost, I mean, you can team wipe with both ultimates there. Having that blade and the overclock, it can be huge on what really happens.
Absolutely, and only a lamp to respond from SNHU. They have to make good on these ultimates though if UNH wants to get early control of this point. The Queen falls very low. The overclock coming through from Doe gets a nice angle onto a couple people. Kresnik poking out with the turret, but is able to keep himself alive. UNH gets early capture at this point, but SNHU not backing down. Killer so low, and Romeo falling too means that SNHU is the one who has this early numbers advantage. This Kitsune Rush though means that they're going to be able to put out so much damage. Ultimate Web catching Doe means it might just be all for naught. That's a great little Suzu there, long range from Arlanta. They're still committing to this fight. Rack catches 3. Wow. That is a fat Rampage.
Oh
my goodness. Bro's the hero of that fight.
That was huge. I mean, with most, I want to say most of the team pretty much falling there. The Genji was down, and the Soldier was down as well. It was really just Rack and Arlanta there in that fight. And again, like you said, that Rampage, purpling, I believe, 3 or 4 of them, and getting all those picks just stops the fight immediately. But the Flux is going to start it up once again here, trying to find the people for it, and is able to get Queen.
Finds Rack, and Rack and Arlanta. Arlanta might have been going into for the save. Means that killing Killer, getting Crazy Cat doesn't really matter all that much in the long run. SNHU able to use 2 ultimates to get a very, very efficient flip. UNH does have 99% on this though.
Yeah, 99% is going to be a little scary. It's super hard to really try to keep them back. I mean, it's going to go onto overtime there. It's going to be super hard to really contest that well. But I mean, they have the Blizzard. SNHU does have the Blizzard here, but UNH may have a possible B and overclock super quick here, but they just have to hold back as fast as they can.
Look at these rocks from Helios too. So much early damage coming through. It feels like everyone from UNH is like at some point under half health. This Blizzard is gonna be huge. Makes UNH run for the hills, but Arlanta not able to get out in time. They're just gonna run away, kicking and screaming. This wall means that Rack not able to get out. And again, SNHU pushing further and further, seeing spawn. great late pick onto Romeo too.
Yeah, I mean, with their primary healer falling, there's not much they can really do. They have the speed boost from Lucio, but they don't have enough healing.
There's not much time left. Are they going to be able to touch?
Oh, it doesn't look
No,
like they're able
not. SNHU.
I didn't even see the score there. I thought they
SNHU
Whoa.
taking advantage of a very frenetic few fights, gets the 3-0. Rack, though, gets the consolation prize of a great play of the game. It's going to be this sick
Oh, it's
rampage.
gonna be insane.
Oh, look at the angle.
that, dude.
Oh, it's beautiful. Catches 4.
Gone.
They're
The
all
knife.
low. Romeo
Destroyed.
steals the 4th kill, but SNHU makes it just a highlight in a losing battle. That's definitely going to be a set to watch going forward, because I expect to see both of these teams come playoff time. There were some really, really great plays shown from UNH there, but just couldn't make it happen at the end of the day, which has to be frustrating for them. But great showing from both teams. SNHU, though, going to take that momentum into the next few weeks for sure.
I mean, both teams played phenomenal. I mean, they both had their strength there. UNH really, like you said, clutching out in those long fights, and we saw it there happen right now. There's so many times where they're just able to team wipe, but they just can't. They weren't able to hold on to it for long enough.
Yeah, big shout outs to Killer.
Yeah,
Bro,
he was doing his job.
Kind of went next level in a lot of those fights. Killer and Rack really saving some fights from the fire, but we do have a couple more things. If you are not ready to be done with Overwatch for the night, we do have a B stream coming up in about half an hour. Keep your eyes on our socials to see when we go live. That is twitch.tv/SNHU Esports B. We'll have Overwatch Yellow coming up in, I think
Overwatch Pearl.
Overwatch Pearl coming through. Sorry.
It's okay. You got it.
I got there eventually.
Yeah.
But that's always a fun squad to watch. We saw them the other day, I believe, a week or two ago.
You did.
Yeah, I did. You did.
I wasn't here for that.
That would be correct. So if you want to see more of SNHU Pearl, then tune into the B stream in about half an hour. But we still have some more stuff coming up over the rest of this weekend.
True.
We have, I believe it is League of Legends tomorrow, ECC. That is going to be a banger if you enjoy League of Legends. I don't personally understand it, so you know, that's not my job.
It's cool to look at, though.
A lot of pretty shapes and colors.
Yeah. And not to mention, there's also Granite State Grind this Sunday as well. So
I'll be there.
And I might be there. I don't know, because it's my birthday.
It's your birthday?
It's my birthday on Sunday. I've said this every single stream this week.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Oh, not today.
Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you. And tell me on Sunday.
Anyway, I will. But, yeah, no, Granite State Grind looks like it's going to be a pretty decent one turnout-wise. Those bigger tournaments are always super, super fun. You get to witness some really big competition. Come top 8, I'll be there. The players will be there from the SNHU Smash teams. And even if you don't want to play, just come down and watch Upper Dining Hall on campus Sunday. I believe doors is at 11 and the bracket starts at 1 p.m. It's going to be a good time. We hope to see you there. Do you have anything else that we want to plug here?
Nothing else. I mean, follow us on all of our socials, our TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter is really where you want to be if you want to get the most amount of updates, or I guess X, whatever you want to call it now. But add SNHU Esports there. And I mean, just follow us on Twitch and make sure you have notifications on. And we'll see you tomorrow with some League of Legends.
Yippee! I was hoping that was going to be a closer game.
Yeah, I thought it was. I didn't expect SNHU to dominate. I thought it was gonna be. I thought we were gonna go to at least push. Yeah, it's just so fun to like commentate over.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I hate playing it, but talking about it's great.
I really like playing at Coliseum. I will say. Yeah.
Colosseum's like the only push map all lane.
It's a good map. I enjoy that. I also did really like the entry for it.
The beach tree is like I'm not a fan. I hate yeah. I don't know. No.
Unless the sig like gets like stuck on the well, or this is the plus
Yo, y'all should like lose a map or two so we can get some more hours.
Oh yeah, sure.
Can you actually? I need you.
In this match, Steven still holding on to the lead. He's been 135%. Marshall Peach